posted at the property, subject to the application, posted at town hall and other designated posting locations, and sent by regular mail to the applicant and the owners of all properties within 300-foot radius. So that didn't happen.
Yeah, that did happen.
But it didn't happen to one of the neighbors affected. So,
Yeah, because they went over the study.
yeah, so, I mean, that's required per code.
Who lives over the fence?
Sheriff Albers. Oh, lives in, well, owns the yellow house.
That's the setback.
But it was-
Well, is it 2 setbacks?
I think, I'm not sure. But what we were discussing is the notices were sent out, but because Sheriff Albers and Joni's law enforcement, they're not on the list to be notified.
They should be though, right?
Right.
They should have been notified this
Yeah.
year.
But they don't come out because law enforcement, right?
Right.
So,
Well, can we ignore that?
I thought that she had to attend, or is there no
well,
requirement?
she could zoom in.
Yeah,
She could be zooming
but
in.
I don't think she's required to attend. I mean,
I've been on this for 30 years, nobody's ever not attended.
Right.
Or Zoom. 30 years.
I guess we can look up in the code if they're required to attend. I'll go grab my code book.
Somebody asked if I'd be on it, they just kept renewing it, so if anyone, but because
God bless you.
you need me now, it was all I needed, that person, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what's the,
I
I guess we,
really think that property owner needs. to
That's
be
imperative.
well, that's right next to it.
Well, and I'm trying to figure,
She said that she didn't realize that she had to approve it. She said to her.
What's
well,
that?
I mean, it's,
Kathy said that she didn't realize she had
I'd
to.
say if it's a,
As to what?
Go to the design review or.
Oh, I know that, yeah.
But she's gonna live here forever.
I'd say if it were a temporary structure, fine, but there's a foundation, obviously, right? So,
To report.
I don't feel comfortable.
Something. Could be. Do we know who this is?
that's McDonough, McDonough owns that home. No, it's unoccupied.
Hello, Kathy. You can, come on up.
This is, okay, this is for Kathy. We don't need, variance for that 16 inches. I'm Kathy's father, Robert Hutchins.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you. I'm Tom.
It
Well, yeah, we've got this.
Oh, you got that, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got everything. Okay.
Sorry. It's fine, he's on the phone.
I'm gonna wait one more minute, so 10:30.
Right, we have the minutes from last time.
Yeah, yeah, that's the way it started. Okay, we're on board.
Yes, we are.
I'm going to call the meeting of the Georgetown Board of Adjustment today, Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. It is now 10:30 a.m. Roll call.
Tom Elliott,
Here.
Mary Riddle Clark, here, Cora Lou Anderson, here, Sharon Garcia.
Here.
Okay, all present, quorum is present, so the first thing we'll do is approve the September 26th, 2022 meeting. Has everybody, have all the members had a chance to review that, those minutes? Are there any questions or additions?
I so move approval of the minutes. I second.
Okay, Coral moves approval, and Mary seconds. Is there any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The minutes are approved. The next order of business is the one petition that's in front of us regarding Kathy Hoonerman, 806 Griffith Street, to build a greenhouse into the side or rear setback. And this is in the historic residential district, subject to the regulations of that as well as the town ordinances.
The DRC's already approved it.
No,
So, you know,
the DRC, you'll go back to get your certificate of appropriateness, I thought, after this.
After this move in,
well, I was going to ask, will both of you state your names?
Dr. Kathy Uner.
Barbara Hutchins.
Okay, both of you are present, including Kathy, the petitioner. There are no other people appearing in this case, and the record should reflect that there have been no objections filed by anyone, and that's confirmed by the town. Before we start, it's my understanding that the design review committee did not review this, is that right?
I believe they have to, it did get presented to them, and I can go get the date, but then since it's in the setback, then they couldn't finish the review. It was sent to you guys, and then it will go back to them after the zoning.
That's my understanding, so they haven't done any approval.
I was in the room, the DRC did approve it.
Okay.
I can go grab the minutes.
We have not been informed of that.
They need to
But-
inform us.
But notwithstanding that, we can proceed, but we've got one problem, and that you have stated in your information that R. Albers, and I assume is that Rick Albers,
And Sheriff,
is the owner of the adjoining property that faces Main Street, is that right?
Excuse me, the town sent out notices of the public hearing to everybody that lived within 300 feet of my house. Rick Albers has got nothing to do with this.
Except, again, he was not notified. He's not on the list.
That's not my fault.
No, it's not your fault. But it's a requirement.
I was handed a list of 100 names and addresses. I had to hire a lawyer. I had to pay $200 to find out that only 35 of those names were legitimate.
Let the record reflect that the town manager, just appeared, is present also. Dr. Hoonerman, we all have that information. We have what you submitted. We have the mailing list. It was called to my attention by your notice that R. Albers was the adjoining property owner along with Tim.
That's before I heard about the 100 names on the list. I didn't know that there's nothing about neighbors. It's only about 300 feet. Let me tell you something. Last December, I got a phone message. I don't know who it's from. They tell me I have to go to DRC approval. A phone message. I'm out of the country. It's now 8 months later. I still don't have a variance. And I'm not going back to the DRC. I'm done. Let me tell you, some stranger leaves a phone message on my phone, and that's how this all started. Somebody had a trespass on my
Just-
property.
Can I just, we're not at that stage at this time. You have an opportunity to talk, but the first thing we have to decide is whether we can proceed when an adjoining property owner has not received written notice. And I'm going to ask the other members for comments.
I agree. If Albers owns that property, and unfortunately, it's not listed in the county records because he's law enforcement, then that means he hasn't been notified. So he's gotta be notified. Per code.
I agree.
I think I have to agree with the code, I mean, I like the Kathy and all the things, but I think we have.
I'm already 8 months into this.
Hold on. Rick, do you have any comments about that?
Can I ask the town clerk, was there, what happened?
Like they just said, we use the list from the county to get the names that are within 300 feet. Rick, that property and that owner was not listed because they are in law enforcement, therefore they're not listed on the list.
Okay,
And so if they weren't on that list, then no, they did not get notified.
I was not aware.
So if he was not notified, then he's the adjoining property.
He's the adjoining property.
I think it's necessary that he receive notice.
I don't think there's anything in the code that says about adjoining property. It says 300 feet.
Yes, and he is within 300 feet, and he did not get a notice.
Somebody screwed up.
Oh, yeah, the town screwed up multiple
So it wasn't
times.
town, it's not.
Oh, yes, sir. I've submitted packet after packet information. And Rick, by the way,
I'm
I
going
never
to
said
declare
you
this
couldn't
meeting
post on
continued,
my property. I said.
and we'll get the
post on
first
side of my
available
house.
date that we can do this, but we do have to send notification to the owner, the property owner, that it's critical in this case.
What about me? Isn't it critical that I've been dealt this month after month after month? What about me, the resident? Huh?
Dr. Hunter, I'm sorry, I can't address that.
I know. Just Rick, did you hear me? I did not ever say you couldn't put notice on my property. I said you could put it on the side of my house or on the fence. I never refused to have that notice on my property, okay? I want you to understand that.
I understand that you said that, but in your voicemails, you said that the town trespassed on your property.
Well, somebody did trespass on my property.
But that's not true. That's not true.
A barrel was put on my.
I know, but the code says it has to be placed on your property. The code, that's what it said. If we were following the code.
And I had called you the day before and asked permission for them to put that on there, and you said it was okay. And then we finally
I was
signed
And
it
the
up.
sign,
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'll finish this up. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Whenever y'all decide you wanna do business with me, would you let me know and stop wasting my time? And by the way, I have a problem with security. I have a real problem that on the internet, all my information, where I live, who I am. That big white barrel, anybody that drives around here sees Kathy. Listen, last night at 20 till 12, I had a huge spotlight from the interstate shining in my bedroom window.
Dr. Hunter, this is the Board of Adjustment. We have no jurisdiction over anything that you're talking about. This is the Board of Adjustment, period.
I'm just asking for the same, you give me the same consideration that you're giving the ex-sheriff.
I'm sorry. Well, we can work things out eventually.
Are we off the record?
No, I can adjourn.
Do we agree that this should be continued?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Do
for
we
sure.
think-
And
Is there any way that we could probably maybe call the sheriff and see if?
And let's try to expedite another meeting so that, you know.
Well, if I have to publish everything over again, it's gonna be,
Yeah.
I have to put it in the paper, which it takes a minute.
I'd like to take a recess. Let's see if we can get the sheriff on the phone.
Sure, let's try that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So let's walk
No, we
around.
really like to. We're going to try to
Stick
get
around.
this done. I'm figuring out. Yeah, stick around.
We're gonna take a little break here.
so do we have this number? They wanna call him right now.
I understand, I can look for his telephone number.
Let's call the sheriff.
Yeah, we can call the sheriff's department.
Call the sheriff's office.
Can you do that right now?
He's not sheriff anymore, didn't he resign?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Who's the sheriff today?
Oh, what happened? What I missed?
He's.
I'm sorry?
He was resigning.
August 3rd.
I got
He's
you.
stepping down, that's what I read.
Just something's on. So
If we can,
having a
I would
party.
love to go on with this hearing today. to prevent all this.
Well, she would have to do it all over again.
Yes, it would be a 15-day post.
Right.
I bet if we could reach his wife and not him. Is that a possibility? She's part of the home ownership or?
I don't know who the owners are. I've just been told by Dr. Noonan who the owners are.
Hi, this is kind of a strange request, but this is Sharon Racino. And I'm sitting in a meeting right now with the Georgetown Board of Adjustments. And I'm trying to get a hold of Sheriff Albers and/or Joni, because we're reviewing a property, with a request for a variance, of which they're a neighbor of. But due to the sheriff's, contact information being deleted from county listings, we were unable to, send a notice to him with regard to this variance request. So if the sheriff is available, we've just taken a short recess. We'd love to get him on the phone to see if he's aware of this and what his, opinion is on this, he and or Joni. I know, strange request.
Okay, he's on a call, so he will call this number when he is available.
Town clerk just came in and said he's on a call, and he's gonna call him back, so she said he would get hold of him.
He wants to see the information,
Okay,
if he wouldn't mind coming down.
Right.
Anybody got a phone number for his wife? Is it a wife?
Joni, yeah, I used to have her number, but
I can see if Mary has it.
Yeah, Mary would probably have it.
Wrong. She showed up.
I'm glad
She showed
she
up.
told me she was not gonna show up.
Well, I do what I can.
I understand, I've known Kathy for a long time, we've had our good friendships, and I understand, so I'm,
What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Robert Hutchins.
Robert, thank you.
I think we all would love to get this taken care of today.
Oh, wouldn't we?
Mhm. We would. The greenhouse is not going to be connected to the house, no, right?
No, it's a freestanding structure,
How does it get heated?
just from the sun, solar energy. It won't be used when the deep winter, too cold. We'll start seeds in there and stuff in the spring and grow some plants in there in the summer, or that's our hope.
And that's the best place on that lot to get sun,
Yeah, either that or out in the corner by the, street,
which I understand.
he worked very hard.
I went down and talked with him yesterday, and solar was going to be, and actually, there's only about 2 feet that we have to approve on this particular building. And they're at a standstill. But Josh, I said to him, how do you think it's sun to go up? I said, look up, and right in that whole area, there's a space for the sun to come in at a very high point of the day. And so, more power to them for doing it, but it's only about 2.
Said he was 16 inches.
There's,
Wow.
Since I asked him the same thing, how are you gonna get the sun?
Actually, it's really a very nice.
This
sunny
is Dan's
corner.
cell phone number. I mean, it just said he was on a call, so I'm gonna answer it. Hi.
Who's Dan?
Who's Dan?
Dan Wilson is the person who lives in Joni Albers. It's her son-in-law.
Oh,
so we're calling Dan?
Dan
He's
lives
not
there.
the property owner.
he's living there, but Albers owns it, is that?
Yeah, she looked it up under Joni Albers. So yes, she's
Is
the
their son-
property
Is
owner.
their son-in-law living there?
I guess, I mean, I'm not really,
Are you-
As far as I know. So, right, so so we don't need to involve Dan, good point.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
then
Why
yeah.
would we?
Except he might know where his mom is.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but if he's on a,
Are you trying?
I'm calling Dan.
doesn't Jody Alvarez work for the county?
Yeah.
I'm trying to work number.
She gets a lot of exercise.
Hey Dan, Sharon Racino here. I'm in a meeting with the Georgetown Board of Adjustments right now. We're trying to get a hold of either Joni or Britt. And it was mentioned that you are still living there with your wife or fiance. I'm sorry, I don't know if you folks are married already, but anyway, we've taken a recess in this meeting. We're trying to get approval for a variance requested by your neighbor to the back of you, Kathy Hoonanen, is building a greenhouse and has begun construction 16 inches over the setback. And so we're trying to either get this approved or get input from your family. Could you give me a call back and let me know if we can reach out to Joni if you have her contact info, or to Rick? Anyway, I'd appreciate it. You know my number. Thank you. Bye.
Does he work somewhere in town or is he?
He works for the sheriff's department. He's a,
So
I'm not sure when he was, he's a police officer.
that's his cell phone, so he could be ordered on the highway.
He could be.
Hi Joni, this is Jennifer with the town of Georgetown. How's it going? We have a question for you. Good, we're in the middle of a Board of Adjustment meeting. And it's regarding your neighbor at 806 Griffith Street. And since they're applying for a variance to build a greenhouse into the side and rear setback. And we sent out notices to the property owners within 300 feet. But you didn't receive one because Dan's because law enforcement is not included on the county list. So we're in this meeting now. I can put you on speakerphone and let them talk to you if you don't mind, since you didn't receive a notice.
Okay.
We're basically stopping the hearing because of that reason. So would it be okay if the commission asked you? Yeah, Kathy Hoonanen is requesting a variance to build a greenhouse in the rear and side setback. She wants to encroach into the setback, and apparently that's up against your house,
No.
no, let me let them explain it. Is that okay? Do you have a minute? Okay, I'm gonna put you on speaker, okay? Thanks.
Okay, are we back on? Right.
Yes, we're on the record. You never went off.
We're reconvening the Georgetown Board of Adjustment meeting for August 2nd, 2023. And I have, who do I have on the phone?
Jody Alvarez.
Thank you, Miss Alvarez. My name is Tom Elliott, and I'm the chairman of the Board of Adjustment. We also have Rick Caroglian present, who is the town administrator. I'm sure you're aware of that. And we'll let the other members identify themselves.
Cordell Anderson, Mary Clark.
Hi, Joni, Sharon Racino.
Okay, what we're up against, I think Jen explained to you, we're having a hearing because Ms. Hoonanen or Dr. Hoonanen has asked for this variance. It encroaches on the 5-foot limit on your property within
16 inches, I believe.
within like 16 or 17 inches. So it's not up against your property, but it's closer than the 5 feet. And she's asking us to approve that. And we haven't had any objections. Everybody was notified by mail that should have been, except for you and your husband. So we're asking you, do you think you have any objection to having this greenhouse within like 3.5 feet, I guess, of your property?
Well, to be completely honest, I don't know, without, seeing anything,
Well, that's a very accurate answer.
Could she come to town hall or show?
Are you able to come to the town hall and take a look at the documents that we have that'll show photographs of the property and everything, as well as your adjoining?
unfortunately, I am on WebEx right now,
Okay,
I could email it to her.
can we email it to you?
yeah, you can email it.
What's her email address?
What's your email address?
A-L, B like boy, E-R, as like Sam, J, 60@gmail.com.
You got that, Jen?
Yep.
Okay, she's going to email this to you. There's a lot of documents, but what you probably want to look at is the map, the town map.
And the problem is, I'm not the only one that wants to look at it. So, is there any way to move this hearing or continue it so I have an opportunity to review this information?
I would be amenable to a very short continuance, as long as we can state that all of the other adjacent, or all of the other required property owners have received proper notice. And maybe we can just continue this
Could we do
just a
it
few days, or this afternoon.
Yeah, I don't need
Could we do it this afternoon?
when I look at my schedule.
Could we do that without having to spread everything around the neighbors again?
That's what I'm trying to do.
If it's in the 24th.
We're continuing the hearing, and so the short time, with the understanding that everybody has
I
been
doubt it, we would
notified.
have to remail.
Today's hearing.
Right, no, I get it. And I'm not trying to be,
Well, we fully understand your situation. It's too bad that you weren't notified, but we didn't know this until we assembled here this morning.
There's a problem. I'm too close to Tim McDonough's property, not Sheriff
I'd like to
Albany.
be able,
Go ahead.
is there anything that can happen tomorrow morning? I've got like 3 bubbles right now, I'm ready to go.
I think
Is
it's
there any way that I can do that?
Can we continue this till tomorrow morning?
without mailing it out.
I mean, I do not know.
Well, we're
Off the top of my head.
continuing today's hearing, that I did get notice of. And no one appeared today. I know they don't have notice of tomorrow's continued hearing, but I am willing, I'm willing to go ahead and set it for tomorrow, if we can do that and proceed. So we're checking out the town calendar.
Okay, or by the end of the day or something, I mean, just so I have some time, right now I'm a little crazy.
Sure, by the end of the day would be ideal for me.
I can do that.
How about you guys?
Oh, I'm fine. I don't care, whichever, just not tomorrow afternoon, I have something.
Jane, can we do it later today?
Yeah,
Okay, how about 3 o'clock? Do you need it later than that?
That's,
Do you want to do it?
that should work, that should
I
work.
can zoom in if nothing.
Okay, we can do it at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock would be great.
Okay, and then will you be talking to your husband?
Yeah, that and, yeah,
And then you can review these documents and let us know.
yep, that'd be perfect.
Okay, and will you be able to appear at 4 o'clock?
I should be able to, yeah.
I can send her a Zoom link if she needs it.
If you want a Zoom link, we can send that too.
She have to sit there.
But we're upstairs in the town hall.
Yeah, that's just
If she says it's okay.
Okay.
Go haywire, but otherwise, I can be in person.
Okay, this hearing is continued until 4 p.m. today.
All right, perfect, thanks, John.
Thank you, bye.
I have something to comment on. I'm too close to Tim McDonough's property. I'm 5 foot away from the,
Oh, it doesn't show that you are.
oh, this far end faces, his property, and we're 16 inches too short from Tim McDonough's property. Now, she's on my,
Albers is on this side,
yeah, he's on this side of this, well, we're here, 5 feet over there between him.
but it shows,
It says it's on 2 sides, doesn't it? But it has a encroachment on 2 sides.
Yeah, I did.
the rear setback is 31 inches
Yeah,
instead of 60 inches.
yeah. And the one on the side,
So that's,
The other one is 39 inches.
yeah, well, it was, but if we took it from 8 feet to 6 feet wide, I shrunk the, so I
Is
don't
that
know.
after these papers were?
Yeah, that's, I don't know whether you got that since it's been amended, but,
Well, no,
we didn't get an amendment for that, okay?
We didn't get that either.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can,
is this the amendment?
well, this is my only problem, is that end that faces Tim McDonough's property.
So it really,
It faces,
Here's what we,
I think she still has the same.
this is what we.
yeah,
I think that's needed.
yeah. But if you change these documents, we have to know.
No, it doesn't, I think we have to change, here's what we have. We have
Has
to-
anyone gone up to actually measure the distance?
No, but I didn't know that.
She came and looked yesterday.
Well,
We have,
where to go out and measure, like, well, to your.
Yeah, well, that's a problem, now, it's just.
No, I know.
It's not.
Bush and his tree right there.
That's
We
Tim.
went ahead.
That's Tim.
Now there's a change.
They didn't know they could come back.
No, I agree with what I'm saying.
this is the other.
Well, a lot of
This
this
is,
is all.
sheriff's hall, we're
Still,
right there,
yeah.
here. I'm 5 feet away
That was
from
when
here to here.
it's just everything.
It's a 6 feet, actually.
I don't think that's a huge thing. I think
Do you want me to grab
you
that?
should have known the code commissioners.
We ought to have one person measure.
Exactly.
You grab it.
Yeah, very.
So do we have a different,
Yeah, the only problem is.
This you got.
it's the same?
We have.
I'm coming back at 4.
Yeah.
I'll be back here for,
Okay, maybe Catherine.
maybe Kathy. Hopefully. I thank you all for your patience.
All right, well, we're trying to do this.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great day. I'll be back later.
And please invite Dr. Hoonan to come back. We would love to have her come back.
Okay, I'll do my best. Thank you very much.
Okay, sorry, I got 2 things going on at the same time. I got a legal conversation with Jerry.
That's okay.
He's telling us that he's 5 feet away from that property.
I think someone needs to go out and just measure to confirm.
That'd be real simple if you
At
want.
least
Well,
5
and
feet,
here's
there's
the
no
other thing.
problem.
Here's the other thing, there are always boundary disputes at that property. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, there are boundary disputes
That's, yes.
with surveys that
Yeah.
the homeowner disagrees with that have been completed.
So what's the question? Sorry.
Well,
It's a good
we were,
Yeah.
we were having you come back to see if this is, if the setback is not as it says. And I don't think you're in a position to say
I was gonna
that.
say, I don't, normally a survey would tell me exactly the property lines. So we're basically going off of what they submitted to us, which is the fence lines. So is the fence on the property? I can't determine.
That's the thing, nobody without,
Yes.
and she did submit a survey. But
And
she's
he
also,
said he changed it since we have it, but I don't.
That's
think
what-
it's-
and she's
Sheriff
also, no, the sheriff, that's what the
Oh, okay.
homeowners have said. But she's also moved the fence 5 feet over to where, not 5 feet, I don't know, I'm making that up. But they recently moved the fence over beyond into McDonough's property a couple years ago, but she says that's her line. So again, we're talking about a civil dispute that,
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
But that's the Albers, they're not.
That's Tim's property. He got notice.
right,
But the Albert's property, what about it?
until someone goes and measures at the fence line, which isn't the property line in most cases, you know, who knows?
yeah, I can't confirm that unless we did a measurement. However, measuring on the fence line,
It's not correct.
it's encroaching the setback, so that's been confirmed. So where it is, it was never contacted to the town if they can do this. It was never brought to the DRC. The DRC's the one who flagged it and said, hey, they're already in construction without a permit or COA.
And then she went to DRC, and then DRC sent it here as the zoning, they
Because
never made a
it's-
decision.
Yeah, as soon as it crosses over a land use issue, they don't make determinations.
Sure.
They bring it here.
Robert Hutchins, who's living there, said that it's 6 feet from the fence.
No. No, it's more like 31 inches from the fence.
Which is what is in our report.
Yeah,
Also, I was over there yesterday, and I'd say I'd have to go back and remeasure, but
Well, that's the problem.
Well, again, from the fence line or from the property line, that's the thing, a fence can't be built on the property line, it still has to, you
On
know,
your
be covered
property.
back, so if you're measuring from the
We're
fence.
off the record, right?
No, we're on the record. We haven't
We're in
adjourned.
recess.
Are we
Off the record.
adjourning?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we're continuing.
Or you're, okay, can I have a motion, please?
We did have that.
We did. A motion to continue this hearing till 4 p.m. today. Approved?
yes.
can I leave it?
Who, okay, so Tom made it, who seconded it?
Hi, Sharon.
Thank you.